Alrighty, guys, I'm so excited to have Gracie on with me. Gracie, it's been like years in the making, I feel like, of having you on.
Oh my gosh, so many.
You've seen like the evolution of Just a Quick Finch. You were the one that, wait, can I just say Gracie was the originator of Journal Club? Does everybody remember Journal Club? That was
Yes, that was a good time.
that was a good time until it was fully my fault. So Gracie had this incredible suggestion of like every week I would share journal prompts. And it was really fun, but then it just got to the point where I couldn't think of any more prompts. And I was just like, what do you like to eat in the morning? Like, I couldn't think of anything. So maybe someday I can bring back Journal Club. But thank you, Gracie, for being the originator of that. So, Gracie, she was filling me in before we got started, but tell me what D2 year is like. She's in her second year of dental school. She's in the trenches. I got to hear from you. What's like your high and your low from this year so far?
Oh my gosh, this year's been so overwhelming.
Mhm.
We had five competencies, right? I have failed four of them on the first try and I've had to do redos.
There we go.
So
That's
that
dental
was
school.
so much fun. But I'm just excited for next year. I think we're gonna be in clinic a little bit more, so it should be a little
Mhm.
bit more, I don't know, what I actually want to do and not less test taking.
Yeah, the cool thing, okay, what I realized, I don't know if you feel this way. The stressful thing about competencies second year is that like it almost feels like not Hunger Games, Squid Games, because everyone's trying to do the same thing and you're all being graded against this standardized idea of perfection, and that's kind of stressful, right? Because then you're
Yes.
like you feel bad, especially if don't worry, I've had my fair share. Editing Connie here. I will never forget first year, our first competency ever. The first time I ever touched a drill to a fake tooth for a competency. I remember I got so stressed and anxious because I thought it was going to be chill. Ellie, I just was totally sorely unprepared for it. I didn't realize competencies were like a big nerve wracking thing until I got in there, and then I freaked out because like it was just kind of stressful. And then turns out I was the only person that failed that competency, that first competency. And to make matters worse, the next day the professor was like, congratulations, you guys, your class had the highest pass rate ever in the history of Tufts University for this competency. So yeah, I felt really shitty after that, so don't worry, it's normal. You feel bad if you're like the only person that failed something or like whatever, right? And so the beauty is that goes away in clinic because like everyone has different patients, no two cases are the same anymore, so like that definitely does get better and you like can kind of like compare yourself less in that sense.
It's so overwhelming.
Yeah, do you feel like you've made any like big improvements since like first and second year? Like what is something you're like really proud of that you did?
Oh my gosh, I think just getting more comfortable with my hand skills and like
Mm,
fulcruming because I didn't realize how hard fulcruming was. Like I still can't get it. But I think
yeah.
I've come a little bit a long way there.
Do you feel like personally you've grown or like anything that's like really changed over like the last year or so?
Be a little bit more confidence in myself. I'm less
Mhm.
like, oh, maybe I'll turn this in and maybe it'll pass. But now I'm like kind of like, okay, I know if this is going to pass or fail. Like I know I
Mm.
kind of have the expectations down for myself now. So that's kind of
There's
fun.
definitely that like level of acceptance of being like, yeah, this was kind of crap. Like I'll just redo
How
it.
was your D2 year?
My due to you, oh, you're so sweet. Thanks for asking. I feel like the guest never asked me that way. Um, my D2 year was really interesting because it was like the first year back in person after COVID. The second year, I remember like literally, like you said, like being in the trenches because I was drowning in school and tests, but I was also drowning in lab work and drowning. It was just like drowning versus like clinic is stressful. It's like, okay, so to put it into perspective, both are the same amount of stresses, but clinic, it's all condensed into like 6 to 8 hours in a day versus D2, the stress is like constant. And like I think that's the hard part, but it's like more spread out. So like if you can imagine it, believe it or not, third year, there are unique stressors, but it's only compressed, I feel like, more into a certain amount of times a day. So you'll get more downtime, which is incredible third year.
Weekends are free.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, that was the best part. Your weekends are free. The only thing is like you kind of do have a little bit of an existential crisis wondering and worrying if you'll like hurt someone because you're on working
Okay.
on real people. But I promise you, like nothing is as bad as I do feel like D2 year was the hardest for me. So is
It's
that what
all up
people
from
at your
here.
school say? Yeah, literally.
Yes.
So, okay, Gracie and I were thinking about what would be a fun episode to do together. So, we thought we would do a fun, similar to our Thanksgiving fun facts episode, which if you check that out, it's still a fun one to listen to, so check that out. But we're going to do a similar one. This time it's going to be Christmas and holiday themed. It's going to be all the things that you didn't know about traditions that we still do, or like little fun facts, because right now I feel like is prime small talk time. Like the amount of small talk that I have, it's so ripe because there's so much to talk about between like the holidays and Christmas and all of that. So we have some fun facts for you to share with patients or coworkers when there's that like awkward lull and you don't know what to talk about. So this first one I thought was really interesting. I'm actually gonna have you guess and like see if you can get this. Do you know which company actually created the vision of like Santa and like what we know as Santa today?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea.
Okay,
My first thought is
so
like the Christmas tree farm or something.
oh, interesting. That's a good one too. Okay, this is actually Coca Cola invented the image of Santa Claus. So, okay, fun fact back in the day, like, you know how there's this whole idea that Santa Claus came from like Saint Nicholas and like all that stuff. Like there were like religious ties to Saint Nick and all of that. He was actually originally depicted as like a little elf, like or someone that was at least like small and kind of like um I don't know if saying elfy. I'm like, are there any elves that I can disrespect with this? He was seen as being small and elfy. In 1931, Coca-Cola had to launch this like Christmas advertising thing because up until this point, Coca-Cola was primarily like a summer drink. And like, so if you can imagine in like their little like business suits and ties in their boardroom, they were like, boys, we need to do something. Like sales are down. Like we're only known as a summer drink. How can we be seen as more of a winter drink? And so in 1931, like I said, they had an advertising campaign, a Swedish artist named Haddon Sundblom. And so this artist was commissioned to make him seem more jolly, more family friendly, more aligned with like the Coca-Cola brand. So then they decided to make him like a thicker face, taller, bigger, happy, merry eyes. The Santa Claus of today was born.
That's so wild. Is that where the red came from? Because like if Sprite took over that, would it have been like
Oh my
green
gosh,
Santa
you're
everywhere?
so wait, that is such a good point. Or imagine Fanta taking that over.
Orange,
Like
summer
orange.
Santa.
Wait, that is such a good point. Does your family have any sort of like fun Christmas traditions or anything like that?
We've been doing a lot of games lately, like you know those like fill up the cup as far as we can
Oh
and
my
before it spills
gosh.
over.
Wait,
Yeah,
that
we're one
is
of those families.
iconic. Wait, Gracie, do you realize how lucky you are that you're part of one of those families?
Woo, woo, woo. Very active.
I always see them. I always see you guys on like you guys. I always see these families on like TikTok and I'm like, "Wait, this looks like so much fun." Like, do you guys do the thing where you try to scoop up the Christmas
Yes,
bows?
yeah, that's the one we're trying today. We're trying that this December.
Oh
That's the plan.
my gosh. Wait, I just realized I completely like skipped over all of the like actual small talk. Wait, where did you grow up again? And like how many people are in your family?
I grew up in Connecticut and I have a really big family, so we
Really?
got a lot of team players. Yeah.
The game that
Hmm.
I was thinking of, Jimmy actually bought it recently. It's the antler ring toss. Have you seen that one? Wait, really? That's so funny. Oh my gosh. I love that you're a part of a holiday game family. That's so wholesome.
Of course. We always watch Elf on Christmas. That has been a
Oh,
tradition for
on
a
Christmas
long
Day.
time now. Yeah. Yeah.
How
And
about like
then I
Christmas
have
Eve
a weird
dinner?
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
Christmas Eve dinner is a weird one.
Okay.
Um, every year, this is gonna sound really bad, but we have a different animal to eat. Like
Oh my God, wonderful.
last year it was grouper, 2 years ago it was camel.
What?
It's very fun, honestly, and they give us clues. Like the first clue comes out on Thanksgiving,
Oh
and
my
then
God,
we get a clue a
stop.
week. So far the first clue is a boring clue, but they have legs. We don't know what it is yet, so
But
it
they
can't be
have
anything protected
legs.
or anything like
So
that.
so
Yeah, but they do have
snakes and
legs.
eels are off the table.
Yeah, we had eel before. We had eel 2020.
Wait, okay, your family is so iconic. I'm like so not over this. Okay, so I have so many questions. Who came up with this tradition? Like, how long have you been doing this for?
It was since like 70s or 80s. My aunt, my dad's side. Yeah, we've been doing it a long
Wait, I
time.
fully expected you to be like 2017. Like nothing like
No, no, I don't think I ate the things when I was younger, but now it's new. We had python one year. It was crazy.
so that year didn't have legs.
No, no legs.
Wait, this is so crazy. Wait, so can you go over like some of the animals that you remember eating?
Honestly, they all kind of taste the same, but it's like alpaca was
Okay.
good. There was what else? We had bear one year.
Oh
There was
wow.
like turtle.
Oh.
I know, it's crazy. I know, I feel bad
Wait,
sometimes,
where
but
do
it was
you
also
even buy these
crazy.
animals?
I honestly don't know where she gets it. It's crazy. We had peacock 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
So how do you
Yep.
receive said clues every single year?
The email.
Oh my god, stop. Who does the emailing?
My aunt. So my aunt and her whole family all knows what it is all right now, and we're like,
Oh.
what is it? What is
Wait, so is your aunt always in charge? And if so, how was she put in
it?
charge?
I don't really know. She started hosting Christmas Eve dinner like
Mm-hmm.
in the 80s, and then just has like progressively like it used to be like ham, it used to be like normal things, and then she kind of got like
And then she
more.
went off the deep end.
Well, it was crazy. It was like ham, turkey, and then it was like ostrich, and we're like, what?
That was the first sign. That was your first sign
Yep.
that something was wrong.
Yep. It's funny. We have a list of every food we've ever done.
Oh my
And so it's like
god.
it literally looks it's like ham, turkey, and then like ostrich, and you're like, oh,
And this goes so hard for so many reasons. Not only one, are you out here eating like python on Christmas Eve, but you also are being submitted clues every single week. That's like insane to
yeah.
me. Wait, how many
It's
people
like
is this email going out to?
um, so like pretty much my whole dad's side of the family.
Wait, okay, I must ask because like in my mind when I imagine like wholesome families, do you also drink milk for dinner? This is like so random.
No, mostly wine.
I love that. Because like
But
for some reason I feel like milk growing up, at least, I mean, I guess I'm a little bit older than you,
yeah,
but growing up, there were all these like milk campaigns to drink milk. Do you remember that? Like the Got
we
Milk?
used to drink a lot of milk. Not anymore, but
I know. I feel like the marketing on milk was like really good for like the early 2000s. And then
hmm
all of a sudden, people were like, actually, we want all of our milk to be plant based and fake. Actually, wait, this is like perfect segue. I didn't even plan this, but let's segue into the second story. It involves why we set out milk and cookies for Santa. Wait, so do you set out milk and cookies for Santa and carrots?
we used to. And then my dad would go out and bite the carrots when he was out.
Oh
We would throw carrots outside. He would pick the carrots up and like eat them, so that when we came out, we would see eaten carrots.
wait, that is so cute. Oh, I also have to know which cookies would you set out for Santa when you used to?
We did sugar cookies.
Oh,
Did
sugar
you
cookies?
do? What did you do?
So we did chocolate chip. It says that the most popular, well, just some preface, the most popular cookies to set out for Santa in the United States are Oreos and classic chocolate chip cookies.
Oreos. That seems like too small. Like you want a bigger
Right?
cookie.
No, like Santa traveled all this way. You're gonna give him one measly Oreo? Like, it should better be double stuffed at least.
Like it was a whole sleeve of
Yeah,
Oreos.
a whole sleeve. I agree. Well, actually, that kind of works with this. So, okay, basically, according to Norse mythology, there was like a god named Odin who would like stop by and give gifts and stuff. It's kind of like it's like the Nordic version of Saint Nick. And basically, he had an 8-legged horse that was like kind of like where the reindeer came from. And so basically on Christmas Eve, the children would leave carrots and hay like in their shoes to feed like the tired reindeer kind of animal thing. And then in return, they would hope that Odin would bring like holiday treats like chocolate, oranges. I'm like, that's kind of a lame holiday treat. And marzipan. There's chocolate, there's marzipan, and then there's oranges. Somehow that's on the same level. But where this really came from, like how America started setting out cookies and milk for Santa, was actually in the 1930s during the Great Depression. And so parents tried to teach their children that it's important to like give to others and show gratitude for your stuff even when like you don't have a lot of stuff. So even like during the Great Depression, that's when parents would enforce children to like set out stuff for Santa. And then the depression got better, and then it got worse, and then like it just keeps coming back and going. So that's where we are today. But I thought the interesting part of the story was actually that apparently this is so American of me. I just thought like everyone around the world set out milk and cookies.
Yeah.
But it turns out in different countries they set out different things. So in British and Australia, so British and Australian children leave out sherry and mince pies. Do you know what either of those things are? Isn't sherry
No.
alcohol?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure sherry is alcohol and mince might be like raisins and stuff.
My
that's a
brother is
thing.
studying abroad in Australia next semester. I'll have to ask.
Oh my gosh, yeah, ask him. And
Yep.
then Swedish kids leave rice porridge. Let me see. Oh, this is so Ireland. Guess what the Irish set out?
It's not a potato, is it?
No, it's a pint of Guinness.
Oh, of course.
Isn't that so funny? But I kind of like your version better. Just like one muddy potato. Oh wait, this is also very French of the children. Okay, guess what the children of France leave out for Santa?
I have no idea.
They leave out a glass of wine.
Oh, that's
I know.
perfect.
Isn't that kind
I
of
could
cute?
attract more than just Santa.
I know, right? This is funny. In Germany, children they don't leave the snacks at all. Instead, they leave a handwritten letter for him.
That's kind of cute.
Can
Words
you
of
imagine?
affirmation.
Right? Imagine Santa and his like love languages, and then he goes to like Germany. He's like, oh, I can't wait to like read all my letters. And then he's like, oh, I can't wait to like get my rice pudding in Sweden. And then he's like, I'm gonna like turn up in France. Like he's just excited for all the different ones.
Well, it's gotta be gift giving. That has to be his love language.
There you go. Oh, you're so right. I wonder he's gift giving. I bet you Mrs. Claus. If I had to guess what Mrs. Claus would be, she's probably an acts of service girly. I could see that.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Wait, out of curiosity, what are you?
I'm a physical touch girly.
You are? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hugs are my favorite form of communication. What are you?
I'm probably. I think I'm an acts of service girly, but I'm not sure if that's just another form of saying I'm lazy.
So what's Jimmy? How do you guys?
We're both acts of service. It's just the problem. Because I used to always be like, I'm like acts of service, I'm acts of service. And then like one year during school, it might have been like even second year, I was like, wait, like I can tell I'm acts of service or I just like genuinely need help in my life.
It's hard to tell.
Sometimes it is hard to tell. Second year is when you learn all these things about yourself. Out of curiosity, do you know like what you want to do after you graduate?
I'm honestly not sure yet. I feel like a lot of pressure to specialize because I did the 3+4 thing, so I like shortened my years of school, so I feel like I should do more. But I honestly don't know yet. I probably will just go general because I kind of like doing everything.
Honestly, I totally remember how you feel like when I was a first and second year. I don't know why, because it wasn't like this in pharmacy school. In dental school, there's this really weird pressure where you feel like as if getting into dental school isn't hard enough. Once you're in, you're like, oh, I need the next big thing. Like, it's not enough to just graduate. I need to like specialize. And like, they put all this pressure on you to like know early and to like, and like, you're not really a dentist if you don't specialize or do a residency. There's like all this talk of that. And honestly, I'm like so thankful that I didn't specialize or do a residency either. And I feel like more people need to like talk about that because it's so nice being an associate and like just being a general dentist. So if you feel like you would like how I describe being a general dentist is like I feel like I'm like the PCP. So if you feel like you would like to be like the primary care person and like if anything gets too crazy, you refer, you send out, but you get to know the whole family. That's kind of like the blessing of like general dentistry.
Wait, I'm so curious. Why didn't you do like a AGD or a GF, like anything like that?
Yeah, so honestly, I just kind of didn't want to. Okay, so like, let me describe. So like, basically, I always knew like staying in school longer wasn't gonna be my thing. I don't know why. I just knew inside because I'm the kind of person, and I know this sounds bad, but like, hear me out. Because like, I try hard. I know that I'm a good dentist, but I'm the kind of person where when I'm in school, I literally choose the path of least resistance. Like, if I don't have to show up to a class, I won't. If I don't have, like, I'll just do whatever it takes to like pass. Editing con here. Okay, wait. I have to clarify. It's not that I will like only care about passing because I have to clarify. Any people that know me and classmates that know me know I actually do care about like knowing things and doing well. It's just that everything I do, I feel like I'm always like analyzing like how can I get the most out of this for like the least amount of effort. That's really what I'm saying. And I know that sounds bad, but I just knew that like one more year of residency would be one more year of like hand holding and me kind of like just doing the bare minimum to pass, if that makes sense. And I just like don't learn that way. Like I knew I had to be like out there with my license, and I found like an incredible mentor. So like I kind of knew if I wasn't going to go the residency route, I put a lot of hard work into like finding a good mentor. Like 4th year when I was looking for jobs and when I did find my mentor, I must caveat this. It sounds like I had a grand plan, but I honestly had no idea what the hell I was getting myself into. Like real world dentistry is just so crazy and so different, but I'm really glad that I did it this way because I don't know, I honestly, just long story short, it was just a gut feeling. This is kind of weird. I don't know if like I liked where I went to school, but I also feel like in dental school what was different about that versus pharmacy school was like in dental school people are kind of like very hush hush about like wanting to specialize and like what they want to specialize in. It's very like, or I don't know, it feels almost gossipy. It's like, did you hear this person wants to do this specialty? I don't know if school's like that for you guys too.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, oh wait, they're doing extra work. We just had an
Yes.
optional we did an optional thing. We did an optional, like, it was called professional development. And so everyone who, it was only people who wanted to specialize or were thinking about it. So everyone came in, I was like, ooh, who wants to specialize?
Oh,
I wonder what research they're involved in.
Oh my gosh, that's like the most dental school thing ever. I totally know what you're talking about. You're like, wait, this person, like, I had no idea they researched. Like, why is everyone keeping tabs on everyone? It's so crazy.
Of course.
Yeah, that's just like, I don't know why we're like this, because this happens like day one of dental school. It's like everybody always compares themselves. And I don't know why, because even though pharmacy school was kind of like that, it never felt to this level of intense, like I never gave a crap in pharmacy school about who was specializing in what. Like that wasn't something that important. Not that I really gave a crap in dental school either, but like, you know what I mean? Like that became a topic of conversation. It was like a big thing in dental school.
Like, who's doing better, who's not doing good. I'm like, I don't care, let me just pass.
No, literally. And I think the thing is more people than not feel that way, but it's just the minority are the very loud vocal ones about feeling a certain way, if that makes sense.
100%, yeah.
So this is gonna be a segment that's all about Christmas movies, okay? So I must know, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Elf.
Oh
That's
my
kind of an answer. But I'm a, any Hallmark movie, I'm game. Oh my gosh.
You're a Hallmark Christmas movie girly.
Oh my gosh, yes. All the cheese, the more cheese, the better.
You know what's crazy? I actually watched Elf for the first time like this year on an airplane ride. No, literally.
Fine.
No, literally, I was like on a flight in like September, and I was like, what should I watch? And I was like, what would be a good movie to fall asleep to? So then I was like, oh, let me put on like a Christmas one, and I'll just fall asleep. And like, because like I'm weird, and I don't want to watch movies or listen to podcasts that I want to know things from and remember,
Yeah,
because I just fall asleep on the plane. And then from the moment it started, I was just like watching the whole thing.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a mindless TV, but Elf is not Elf. Elf, you gotta be like fully focused. That's a good movie.
Let's start off with a guess. What do you think is the highest grossing Christmas film of all time?
Is it The Polar Express?
Oh, that's a good one. I do have a fun fact about that. It's actually The Grinch, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Like the old one, the animated?
So the version of The Grinch that is the highest grossing Christmas film of all time is the 2018 computer animated one. I don't know how a 2018 film became the highest grossing one.
Oh, the new one.
Yes, the new one. I'm like, is nothing sacred anymore?
No way.
I know, isn't that crazy?
It's a good one, not.
Yeah, it is. The second one is Home Alone. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
That one is my family's like classic Christmas movies are Home Alone. Editing Connie here. Okay, I'm curious. What job do you think Kevin McAllister's, that's his name, right? Kevin McAllister's dad does from Home Alone? Dad and mom. Because they have the most gorgeous house in the entire world. And I'm just curious what they do. Gracie and I were talking off air. The mom and the dad don't give healthcare vibes. They kind of give like business vibes. Like I feel like the dad like works on Wall Street and does finance, and then the mom is giving like maybe marketing, or we could see both of them in marketing. But I don't know. Let me know what you think they did. And then Jingle All the Way with like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, that's a good one. Have you seen Holiday?
No, I've been meaning to watch that one actually.
You do need to watch that one. I've watched it several times now. I think it's on Netflix.
Wait, I feel like you have a secret superpower. Given my knowledge of like how you come from like a Christmas family, I think you have like an incredible knowledge of Christmas movies. Because usually no one I talk to knows Jingle All the Way.
No, I know Jingle. Of course. Oh my gosh, it's like a Christmas staple.
You know all the Christmas things. Okay, did you know this? Tom Hanks played 6 different roles on the Polar Express.
I actually didn't know that. Does that make me a nerd? I didn't know that. Yeah, he plays the guy sitting on top of the train, and he's the conductor, and he's a lot of other roles
He's like the
too.
dad. He's like all these characters. It's giving when you do a group project by yourself. You're like, research me, title me.
Yep. One person did all the work there.
Yeah, the way that Tom Hanks put that movie on his back. I can't believe you're like a little Mrs. Claus. This makes so much sense now why you chose the holiday thing.
Of course, I had to ask.
Okay, the last fun fact that I thought was interesting. So, you know, like the classic Christmas movie, it's called It's a Wonderful Life. So, that was actually a box office flop. Literally, no one went to go see it when it first came out. What made it big was that once the licensing on it like ran out and then like TV stations could play it, then it started becoming big once TV stations like brought it to people's homes and then they were watching it. So, anyways, that led me to ask a question. I was curious, what is a movie? It doesn't have to be Christmas, but what's a movie or a show that you think deserves more credit and like it flopped, but like you're, or maybe it didn't flop, but like you're like, this deserved more respect?
I think a classic in my house is the movie Hitch
Oh
with
my
Will
gosh,
Smith.
I forgot about that.
It's such a like lovey-dovey movie, and it just like, it warms your heart. But I don't think anyone, like literally, like not a lot of people know about it.
Yes. So, okay, wait, I have to ask, is your family, oh, I have another like random fun fact to add. Is your family, okay, I'm gonna just go out on a limb here. I think your family is like a real Christmas tree family, right?
Oh yeah.
100%. Oh my gosh, you guys
Every
are so
year.
cute. Not me, like leaving, I'm leaving this podcast obsessed with the Banning family all of a sudden.
Yeah, you can apparently you're a good podcaster. You can read people.
Yeah. Um, okay, so the reason why I wanted to mention this was the most expensive day of the year to buy a Christmas tree is on Black Friday or Brown Friday.
Oh, no way.
And it's because they like know that like everybody wants to go buy it. Like that's like the most popular time to buy it. So that's the most expensive a
Mhm.
Christmas tree will ever be during the year is on Black Friday. And then every single day after that, the price of Christmas trees tend to drop about 2%. Is it like your whole family decorates together or is like one person really good at it and then like one person like doesn't?
We have such a tradition for that. My mom and my dad, they sit there with the bucket of ornaments that we've probably had since I was like -3. And like and my brother and I are the ones that are required to go to the buckets and put them on the tree.
Wait, stop. There's like assignments. I love this.
It's a whole, yeah, we all have our our roles.
Wait, did your family
It's
also
so
do
fun.
Elf on the Shelf?
No, we never did that. We do like Elfie, and like it's just my mom getting us little gifts like before the
Oh, that's
holidays,
so
but only on the
cute.
12 days before Christmas.
Oh my
So December
gosh.
13th? Is
Okay.
that? I don't even know. Math.
You're like,
Yeah.
we don't need Elf on the Shelf. We are the elves.
Were you an Elf on the Shelf family?
No, but I asked because this year, one of my coworkers, she goes so hard every single year on Elf on the Shelf. She sent me the link to this like hardcore Etsy one, and like the business literally every year releases the most insanely detailed, teensy tiny Elf on the Shelf things. So I sent them to my sister, and I like got them for her for like my niece and my nephew. So the first day they did was like yesterday. So I'm like Elf on the Shelf is like fresh in my mind because she has to set them up every single day now. Okay, I had a couple few fun facts remaining. These are just like quick fire fun facts. Oh, I had one more question I wanted to ask you. What is a food item that you would leave out for Santa if you had to? That's like not. It's like a random fun food. Because I was gonna say Andy's mints from Olive Garden.
Gosh, that would work. I feel like he
Yeah.
would like that.
Right?
I don't know. A random food? I don't
Yeah.
know. Do you think he's ever had chips? Like, I feel like we should give him some chips. Like, it's always sweet stuff, you know?
Wait, you're so
So maybe something
cute.
salty.
Like give the man a wavy baked Lay's.
Yeah, let's mix up his palate a little bit. Something savory.
Oh my gosh, wait, okay, I know what he would want if he were to. He would go crazy. Santa Claus would go crazy for bugles because they're shaped like his hat.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's it. That's a better answer. Let's do it.
That's so funny. I love that. I fully like wasn't sure what you would say, but I just love how you were like chips. Has he ever had chips?
Has he ever had chips though? Do we
That's a
know?
great question. You're so thoughtful.
It's chocolate chips. It's never, you know.
So why is it always chocolate chip and never real potato chip? Every single year, I thought this was interesting. Every single year, Christmas decorating sends nearly 15,000 people to the ER due to the most common accidents involving falling, lacerations, and back strains. Has
Oof.
anyone in your family ever like gotten hurt from Christmas decorating?
I don't think so, but my grandma keeps putting up wreaths, like, and like we're like, please, like, let us do it, let us do it. And she's like, no, I got it. She's got a little chainsaw now.
Oh
She's
my
all crazy.
god!
Yeah.
Wait, what does she need what does Grandma need the chainsaw for?
She does a lot of landscaping around the house. She does a lot of like plants and stuff, and grandpa helps and like,
Oh my
help.
gosh. Wait, that is like kind of really badass. I'm imagining this like tiny old woman like revving up her chainsaw.
No, it's like a handheld one. My grandpa got it for her last
Oh
year.
my god, that's so cute. I love that. Which fact is one that you think you're definitely going to share with someone? We learned
Oh
so much
goodness.
today.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk. Um, I feel like everyone's got to know about the Coca Cola
I was
thing.
gonna say that too. I think the Coca
Yeah.
Cola one's pretty insane. Okay, so that was it for the episode. Gracie, share with everyone where they can find you, where they can reach out to you, where they can learn all about your your family's Christmas traditions from.
So I'm on Instagram. I'm at Banning Bites. And I'm pretty active on there. I'm always answering my DMs.
Yay! Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was so fun to finally have you on after all these years.
Oh my gosh, yes, you too, Connie. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And thank you so much for everyone for listening. We will see you guys next time. Bye!